Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing good. Today in this video, I'm going to share a technique called problem solving with you. It's a technique of cognitive behavioral therapy. And if you learn it by watching this video, you can use this technique in your everyday life whenever you need it. So sometimes we experience low mood or anxiety and we worry about a lot of things in general, but sometimes there are real worries or real problems in our life and we need to practically solve those problems. So we can use our problem solving technique for that. So there are 7 steps in the problem solving techniques. First, you need to identify the problem. I'm going to discuss about this technique and then we're going to take an example. So the first step is to identify the problem. The second step is to identify the possible solutions. Write them down. You have to do it in a written form. And then the third one is you have to evaluate the pros and cons of each solution. And then you need to select a solution out of those. And then you plan, then you do it, you put the plan into action, and then you review. So let's understand it with an example. So Imran was offered a job interview for next Thursday at 4, but he was due to pick his son from nursery at the same time. Now he started worrying about this and became anxious. He decided to try and use a problem-solving approach to help with this situation. So the first thing is to identify the problem, as I've told you before. So the problem is that he has to be in 2 different places at the same time. I need to pick up my son and also attend a job interview. The second step is to identify all the possible solutions. I could ask my wife to pick up a son. I could ask if any of my friends are free. I could call the employer and ask if the interview time could be changed. Now, evaluate the pros and cons. I could ask my wife to pick up our son. Now, what is the pros and cons for this one? My wife might get angry, but she might be free and available. Second, I could ask if any of my friends are free. More chance of someone being free, but they might feel compelled to say yes. Or I could call the employer and ask if the interview time could be changed. It might be possible to change the interview time, but I don't think it looks good to the prospective employer. So these are the pros and cons of all the possible solutions. And now he has to select a solution among these. So after thinking about the pros and cons, he ranked these solutions in the following order. The first one he thinks is the most suitable. I could ask my wife to pick up her son. Then I could ask if any of my friends are free. And then at the last, he thinks that this is the least appropriate one, to ask the employer to change the interview time. So now he has to plan, which is the 5th step. I can ask my wife when she comes home from work after she has had something to eat to pick up the child. Now, the 6th one. Imran asked his wife and then what happened in the next step? Review. Unfortunately, the wife was not free to pick the son. She said that she may have been able to if she had been given more notice. Imran learned that he may have to give people more notice in future. He decided to go to his next solution, which was to call friends to see if they were free. And one of them agreed. So he attended the job interview, but unfortunately, he didn't get the job. However, using this tool, he feels he can cope if the situation arises again. I hope you enjoyed this video.